Thank you for joining us today. You've had several inquiries asking about how do we boost our immune system. Well, we're going to focus on our immunity system today by two main things. One, we're going to clean the lymph system, and we're going to get some movement of the spine. Remember too that when we do inversions, even if they're minor inversions, that too helps to boost the immunity system, especially in the thyroid area. Today the only prop you need is your mat, so if you'll go ahead and get your mat and get prepared, we're going to start in a seated position. Your legs can be crossed, or you can feel free to put your legs out in front of you if that's more comfortable for you. But make sure that your back is nice and straight. We want our ear over our shoulders and our shoulders over our hips. And settle in and just really get comfortable and make sure that you have pressure on an equal amount on each of the sits bones. You're not sitting to one side or to the other. Try to straighten yourself on your sits bones. And then soften your eyes, bringing your gaze down perhaps in front of you, and relax. Settle in, ground, pause. Collect yourself from wherever you were, whatever you were doing, and just be present. Let's accomplish that by taking a nice cleaning breath in. Nice deep cleaning breath. Very good. And then bringing your gaze back up, let's breathe in together. Arms lift up, lifting the rib cage as you breathe in, exhaling down, staying up high with the spine, but breathing in again, raising that rib cage. And relax the shoulders as you bring the shoulders down. Again, breathing in, and fingertips touch, hands come to your chest. Let's keep our hands there at our chest and know that that's one of the first things we're doing of balancing the body. We're being able to bring the electrical system into alignment, right side and left side. Bring your right hand over to the right, keeping the wrist up as if you were still in that prayer position. Gaze over your opposite shoulder. Bring your head back to center, the hand back to match its other hand, and then bring the left hand out to the side and your gaze over the opposite shoulder. Bring your gaze back to center and the hand meets the hand. Let's take your right hand straight up and your left hand straight down onto the ground and push on the ground. Get some resistance there and bring your gaze to the raised hand. Bring your gaze back to center, and let's bring both hands back to our chest. Thumbs on our sternum, on the breastbone. And then let's do the opposite side. So the left hand goes up and the right hand goes down. Pause, let the stretch begin to happen, and then slowly bring your gaze to your raised hand. And your gaze comes back to center. Bring your hands back to the chest. Roll your shoulders. And reverse the direction of the shoulder roll. Very good. Thumbs remain there on your chest. We're going to still take the right hand out to the side as if you are keeping the palm straight up. And now make little circles. You might notice that you feel a tightness along the inside of the arm. We're just working that out. And reverse the direction, helping the lymphatics start to get flowing. Bring that hand back to center. Take the opposite hand, the right arm out to the left arm out to the side. And let's make little gentle circles there. One side might be tighter than the other. That's perfectly normal. Reverse the direction of your circles. As we do things throughout the day, or however we might sleep at night, we can sometimes get one side tighter than the other. Bring your hand back to center. Thumbs are still on your sternum. Very good. Now keeping your thumbs on your sternum, keeping your hips securely sitting on your sits bone, let's keep our gaze directly over our hands as we turn slightly to your left. You'll get a gentle twist in the spine, a gentle twist on the right side of the body. Come back to center. Again, keeping your gaze directly over your fingertips, a gentle move to your right side. You'll feel a stretch there, on your left side, the opposite side. You'll feel a stretch there. One side might be tighter than the other. That too is perfectly normal. We're waking up the lymphatic system. Come back to center. Bring your fingertips onto your shoulders and both elbows to the front, waking up the back side of the body. Bring your elbows back as far as they'll go, waking up the front side of the body, and elbows go straight up. Breathe. Very good. Elbows again to the front, elbows to the back, elbows straight up. Now this time let's go straight back, elbows to the front, and elbows up. Again, back, front, and up. Bring your hands down. Let's take your left hand on top of your opposite knee, the other hand on top of the opposite knee, and a gentle lean forward. Waking up the low back, the whole back side, a gentle curl of the spine, if you please. Now bring your gaze up, beginning to arch the back up, arms out, and then put the opposite hands on top. So that way your right hand is going on your left knee first, and then you'll bring your left hand over. Very good. And roll all the way down into your curl. Start to arch your back and come all the way up. Very good. Let's move into all fours and a nice flat back. Please make sure that your shoulder is over your wrist, that you're not too far forward, you're not too far back, and that your hip is directly over your knees so that you have nice solid distribution of weight on all fours. Bring your big toes together there behind you. That gives you balance, but it also puts the body in proportion. Now make sure that the shoulders are nice and square and straight, that you're not dipping down the shoulders, and that the shoulders are nice and square and straight across the back. Very good. Now if this is hard on your wrist, you can come down on your forearms, you can come up on your fists, or like I'm going to do, I'm going to raise my forefinger and my thumb. This takes the pressure off of the connective tissue there at the wrist point. Very good. And let's breathe. And as we exhale, exhale up into cat. This is your first cat for the day, so roll forward and back. A gentle movement, forward and back. And then come to stillness and back into flat back. On the next natural inhalation, extend your belly toward the mat, keeping the muscles toned, and that dips the back down nice and gentle into your cow. It's your first cow for the day, so move your hips gently left to right. This increases the stretch there in the low back and allows the body to start to wake up the lymphatic system again. Come to stillness and exhale into cat. Inhale into cow. Keep that weight out of your wrists. Exhale into cat, and inhale into cow, exhale into cat, and inhale into cow. At this point in time, make sure your weight is evenly distributed on all your limbs. Bring the left hand out and the right leg straight back. And let's make nice circles with both limbs, working from the shoulder and from the hip. And to reverse the direction of your circles. Bring the left hand down. The right foot goes to the left side of the body on your toe and roll forward and back. Beautiful back stretch here. We're looking over our left shoulder. We're looking at our toes. This is opening up the side body and the back at the same time. Very beneficial to the lymphatic system. Bring your gaze back to between your hands. Bring that knee back. And let's slide back into extended child. Pause and take 3 deep breaths. Breathe into your kidney area. This is an inversion. Very beneficial for your immune system. And when you're done with that final breath, come all the way up. Exhale into cat. And inhale into cow. Exhale into cat. And inhale into cow. One last time, exhale into cat and inhale into cow. Come to a flat back. Make sure your shoulders are nice and square and strong as you're lifting up gently. And this time we're going to raise the opposite leg, so the left leg and the right arm. And let's make nice circles with those limbs moving from the shoulder and from the hip. Your weight is equally distributed on the remaining limbs. Reverse the direction of your circles. Bring the right hand down, bring the left hand to the right side of the body, look over your right shoulder, and slowly roll forward and back on your toes. Now this stretches your calf and at the same time stretches the side body, a gentle twist to the spine, and of course there's also a stretch going on in the neck. This is a very beneficial movement. Bring your gaze back between your hands, bring the left knee back, slide back into extended child. Take 3 deep cleansing breaths. And when you've completed that third breath, slowly roll all the way up. Come into a seated position. If that's hard on your knees, you can come up immediately. But I prefer for you to have a chance for the body to assimilate the benefits of the movements you've just made. So into this seated posture. Very, very good. Now come all the way up onto your knees. Very good. And let's breathe in. Breathe in together. Exhaling down. Again, breathe in. As your arms come up, give permission for the lymphatics to drain down the arms. Exhale all the way down. And one last time. This time hands come up, hands touch. And let's gently lean to the right side. Now this opens up the left side of your body and allows the lymphatics to drain even more. Back to center, a gentle lean to the left, stretching out that right side of the body, giving permission for the lymphatics to drain. Come back to center, a gentle lean to the right again, this time paying attention to the fact that as you stretch the left side of your body, you're stretching your area there for the spleen and the pancreas, giving them a boost, a detoxification. Back to center, a gentle lean to the left, and this stretches the right side of the body, boosting and giving a detoxification to the liver and to the gallbladder. Both of these side stretches help to boost the immune system as we detoxify the organ system. Back to center, hands to your chest, a gentle shoulder roll. Very good. At this time, bring your right foot forward. Now as your right foot is forward, notice that your knee is not over your toe, but you've got a gentle stretch going on. Take your right hand and gently pull that right hip back. And pulling the right hip back, that straightens the leg a little bit more and then allows you to gently bend from the left side into the hip flexor to stretch this hip flexor area and the psoas. Breathe. Keeping your hands there on your right knee for stability and support, using the natural triangulation of the body for that support mechanism. We're putting our emphasis for the stretch right there in the front of the body on the left side. Very good. Bring your hands down, bring that leg all the way back, and let's bring the opposite leg through. Hands come up. Use your left hand, pull that left hip back. Very good. Pull that left hip back, and then gently lean forward into stretching the hip flexor and the psoas on the right side, giving you a nice stretch there. Very good. And breathe. Slowly bring both hands down, bring that leg back, slide back into extended child for 3 more deep breaths. On the third breath, go ahead and stretch out onto your mat, coming into Sphinx pose. The shoulder is directly over the elbow. The body has a gentle stretch there for the front of the body. It's not extreme. We're not pushing it. Make sure that the shoulders are strong and that there's a straight line between the two shoulders, that one shoulder isn't twisted off to the side one way or the other. The weight is equally distributed left and right. Very good. Bend both knees and alternate the ankles going crossing over each other. This provides an additional stretch for the low back. It continues with a stretch in the front of the body, which really boosts the immune system by stretching the lymphatics in that area. We don't do a lot of things to stretch the front of the body. Bring both legs down, pause, and bring your hands down to where your head rests on your hands. Find your right leg and your left arm. Bring the left arm up overhead so that your head now rests on only one hand. Pick the right leg up and the left leg, and down. 2, down. 3, down. 4, down. 5, down. 6, down. And bring that left hand in and rest your head on that hand. Bring the right arm straight up overhead. Find your left leg. Raise the left leg and the right arm for 1, down, up, down, 3, down, 4, down, 5, down, and 6, down. Very good. Place your hands squarely by your shoulders and push back into extended chop. Take a deep cleansing breath in. Breathe into your kidney area. And when you're ready, come back to a seated posture facing to the front. We're going to activate our fingertips by bringing our total awareness to those fingertips. Take your thumb and slide across the fingertips, gently sliding back and forth in a way that you're examining, bringing your full attention to each and every finger. And now with those fingertips activated, let's tap right above our eyebrows. Breathe in, again, detoxifying the sinus area, allowing the lymphatics of the head to drain. Tap the sides of the eye, gently tapping, increasing the circulation and the blood supply. Tap under the eyes. The increased circulation brings additional oxygen and nutrients and takes waste away. Tap in front of the ears. Breathe. Again, intensifying the detoxification going in this area. Take one finger under the nose and one finger under the bottom lip and lightly tap those areas. Again, part of the sinus area. Breathe. And then take all your fingertips and tap underneath your collarbone. Underneath the collarbone, not on top. This is part of the meridian system for the kidneys, known in Chinese medicine as K27. And this detoxifies the body by increasing the activity of the kidney for detoxification purposes. And bring your hands down to your knees, palms on your knees, soften your eyes, and gaze at the floor in front of your mat. Pause. You might feel a light buzzing. You might feel a light shift. You might feel nothing at all except good. Whatever you feel is perfectly great. Allowing the body to benefit from the movements that you made, every breath you took. Assimilating to balance the left and the right. Assimilating to balance the upper body and the lower body. Balancing the body in a way that the back side of the body and the front side of the body unify and harmonize. Let's take 3 deep cleansing breaths in. Bring your hands up overhead. Bring in the goodness of the time we spent together. Again, breathing in the goodness of the day. And one last time. This time, fingertips touch, bringing your full awareness to yourself and thanking yourself for the gift of time that you gave yourself today with this movement series. Namaste. I look forward to seeing you again soon.